beginner's guide to the magical world of medicinal plants. Always remember to do your own research, keep up to date on any supplements you may currently be taking. Always talk to your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any herbal remedy, especially if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, have pre-existing conditions, or you're currently taking any medication, whether it's prescribed or over the counter. Some herbs can cause contraindications. They can mess with the effectiveness of your medication, and in some cases, make it absolutely ineffective. Also, I'm not a doctor. I am just a beginner herbalist trying to make the world a more natural place, one herb at a time. Now that that's out of that way, welcome back, my botanical babes and my funky fun guys, to Medicinal Mondays with Ray. Blessings and good vibes. I'm Ray. That was dramatic, but I couldn't help it because I actually am so excited to film this week's episode. I learned so much about this flower. Yeah, we're doing a flower this week. I learned so much about this flower and a few interesting facts and plants in general, which I didn't know, but I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Right? I can't wait to share those with you. And if you're into things like, elements and chakras, then you're definitely going to want to listen to that. But anyway, this week's episode is about calendula, also known as marigold or pot marigold, but not to be confused with marigolds, because marigolds are toxic. Let me rephrase that. During my research, there is conflicting evidence, research, theory, whatever, whether marigolds are toxic or not. Some claim that marigolds are toxic, some claim that they're non-toxic, and some claim that they're toxic in large amounts. But one thing for sure that was agreed upon is there are species of marigolds that are toxic. So, with that out of the way, marigold, calendula, and for the sake of clarity in this video, I will refer to it as calendula. So my first experience with calendula actually came about by my biology teacher. She gifted me a bouquet of calendula flowers from her garden as a thank you, just to save you the backstory. But like I love her. Like I love my biology teacher. She is the Miss Frizzle of my life. Like I knew I liked biology, but I didn't know how much I liked biology until I started taking this class. To the point, like, if I wasn't doing herbology, I was applying at Dal for plant science. Yeah. This woman has had such an impact on me that I just adore her. Like I said, she is like Miss Frizzle. Now we're off topic. So I might as well go right in and tell you what it is. So calendula is a flower that's native to Southern Europe, but can grow in your garden. And it ranges in beautiful colors of yellows to deep oranges. Right. So it gets its name from the word calens, which is the first of the month in ancient Roman calendar. The yellow flowers have been used for dyes, for food flavor, to give cheese that yellow hue. They actually follow the sun, like a sunflower. Didn't know that. You can harvest them early summer. Make sure you dry them in the shade. They have a lot of moisture in them. Oh, speaking of drying, if you're unsure if you have calendula or marigold in your garden, when calendula goes to seed, it looks like a dried up grub or something, like a dried up bug. Little legs. Whereas a marigold is like light and fluffy and has the little seed. So even though you can distinctively see the difference in the two, if you are unsure, just wait till it goes to seed. Because like I said, the seeds look weird. Here's that bit of fun information. Calendula's ruling planet is the sun. Yep. And it makes total sense. It makes total sense. It opens in the morning with the sun and closes at dusk when the sun leaves. It follows the sun in the day. Its energetics are warming and comforting, like it is a sunshine flower. It's really good for, or it's associated, I should say, with your sacral and solar plexus chakras. Calendula is wonderful for the digestive system, the liver, and the gallbladder. Your two chakras there. And its element is water. Calendula is fantastic for the lymphatic system and keeping things flowing. See how it makes sense? But anyway, let's go right on into what it do. My ass is way too excited today. So like I said, what it do? Lots. Lots. It is more than just a valuable. Would it be possible to DoorDash something for lunch? I got $50. I'm gonna be right back. What it do? Lots. He does lots. Um, I thought calendula was specifically used for skincare. Babes, fun guys, I was wrong. I was so wrong. So let's take it from the top. Calendula has anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antispasmodic, vulnerary properties. It works wonders on the lymphatic system, the immune system, the liver, the gallbladder, digestive system. Ladies, it is also your friend in the reproductive system. Yes, it is. I learned that. I'm so excited to try that. Let's get into some other things here. It is an alterative. It is an astringent. It is a diaphoretic. It is a stimulant, vulnerary, and a menagogue. It's detoxifying. But what does it all mean? I will tell you. As a reminder to drink some water. All right, so let's get into what we know about calendula, or at least what I know about calendula and its skin properties. Calendula takes the cake with this one. Yes, it does. Calendula is one of the best herbs when providing effective treatment for most minor skin problems like cuts, grazes, wounds, for red inflamed skin, including minor burns and sunburns. It's good for rashes, for fungal conditions like athlete's foot, thrush, and ringworm. It's very helpful for diaper rash, cradle cap, soothes nipples from breastfeeding, but it's anti-inflammatory and antiseptic properties that just make it the bee's knees when it comes to conditions like eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. If you have any of those conditions, or you know somebody with any of those conditions, I'm not a doctor, but from what I read, it might not be a bad idea to look into it, especially when we get down to the safety part. But that's besides the point. I'm not a doctor. It is, like I said, one of the best herbs when it comes to topical skincare, post care, scar tissuing. It's good mixed with vinegar for scalp and fungal buildup. I have my own calendula oil right here infusing. Look at that nice yellow hue. I made it with fractionated coconut oil. It's clear. So I'm excited for that. Let's take it back to when I was talking about the water element. Calendula works on both the immune and the lymphatic system. So it's moving things around like water. It's flushing systems, it's pushing things around, it's getting things moving. It has great applications in both chronic and acute immune system issues like colds, coughs, flus, especially if there's fever, swollen lymph nodes. But on the other hand, it's also really good for like after. So when you're feeling still kind of sluggish or tired, there's a bit of infection, a bit of a fever, calendula can help with that as well. When you take it as a cleanser or a tonic, it can actually help strengthen your immune system by increasing your white blood cell production. And it supports the detoxifying pathways in the liver. So it stimulates and it's moving and it's pushing a lot of things through to try and flush it out more or less. Um, Respiratory and localized infections, tonsillitis, again, swollen lymph nodes, all benefit from the use. And it can also be used as an immune tonic to battle and to prevent infections by stimulating the lymphatic system. So, again, it's getting things moving, it's stimulating things, it's detoxing things. Like calendula is helping your immune system do all of these things, and keeping in mind that your immune and your lymphatic system go hand in hand together, right? One affects the other. So we take with taking calendula, it's actually helping that out, and actually helping moving all of those things through your system, and especially getting rid of things that you don't need, toxins and things like that build up, the things that do make you sick. So I had mentioned that calendula has associations with chakras. Calendula, because of the bright yellow to the deep orange of the flowers, actually resonates with your solar plexus and sacral chakras, which just so happen to be your digestive tract. Yep, yep. And with good reason, because calendula is very, very good for your digestive system. And this is what, folks talk about when they say that you have blockages in your chakras and they manifest as something else, right? Blockages in your solar plexus and sacral chakra, for example. Yeah, I had that right. For example, could manifest as, gastritis, IBS, peptic ulcers, colitis, all things calendula is good for. Not only that, it's an extremely useful remedy in general if you're looking for a detoxification for your liver. You know, it has actually been proven to lower liver enzyme levels in chronic liver disease cases. I wish I knew this. I wish I knew this. We have been back and forth to the doctor over a gastritis condition that I had no idea calendula could have helped me out the whole time. But I know now, and so do you. But if you have a food allergy, or intolerance, that not only does your digestive system get inflamed, but it can manifest anywhere else. Like it could show up as joint pain, it can show up as an autoimmune, it can show up as chronic acne and eczema. If you're eating something and putting something in your body you're not supposed to, your body's going to react. But it has a soothing effect on the mucous membranes, especially the ones lining the gastrointestinal tract, and can be used for dryness and irritations of those tissues, especially in conditions of chronic inflammation of the gut associated with food intolerance, leaky gut, and antibiotic trauma. Let me tell you about antibiotic trauma. I didn't know that was a thing. It's a thing. So antibiotics kill everything. Anti, kill, biotic, life. Anti-life. Antibiotics will kill everything in your gut. Your good flora, your good fauna, everything. So when you have a round of antibiotics, or if you've taken antibiotics for a long period of time, or what have you, they're destroying everything that's beneficial in your gut. So you've basically got to rebuild that, which is why they will tell you to have probiotics afterwards, like yogurts and stuff. Calendula helps with that. Calendula can help rebalance your body, or rebounce your body back, I guess, after a round of antibiotics when your system is its weakest, basically. And I'm not a doctor, not a doctor. You take a round of anti killing medication, you're killing everything in your gut, you're going to be weaker when you're done. Your gut's going to be weaker. For the ladies, calendula is an ally when it comes to our reproductive health. Yep, it has been used in European traditions forever, and its main use, it can help with delayed periods and it can help soothe painful periods. And that's because of the anti inflammatory and antispasmodic properties that calendula has. It can generally be considered a menstrual tonic or a balancer because it helps to regulate periods. It helps the flow and it helps to regulate. It's an excellent choice for vaginitis and various types of inflammation conditions that are typically accompanied with an infection. It's non irritating and it promotes wound healing that stimulates healthy tissue regeneration, as well as an antifungal powerhouse with a dash of antibacterial properties, perfect for responding to the many manifestations of vaginitis. You can use it as a wash, it can be used for lots of different things, but the anti-inflammatory, the antispasmodic, like especially if there's endometriosis, vaginal abrasions, thrush, gonorrhea, discharge, calendula can help with all of those things. It's a flower for our flower. I thought it was funny. Surprisingly, though, calendula can be used for emotional support. Yeah, it's paired with mimosa, rose, lavender, lemon balm, or lemon verbena, or it's by itself. But it can actually help you through feelings of sadness and grief. Yeah, I don't know much about flower essences yet, um, but that really interests me. And I've heard of flower essences and those types of things. So can't wait to do a video on that when I learn what I learn and I can share it with you. Oh, but just for fun. Any of my babes or fun guys out there that like a little bit of magic in their life. Let me give you a little magical history. Calendula is among the most spiritually significant herbs. Garlands of calendula are used as protective charms, and the blossoms are used for protection against nightmares. Calendula marigold petals, if I understand correctly, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, are the flowers that are used in the Day of the Dead as well, and in a lot of Mexican cultures. So I thought that was a very interesting tidbit of information. And by now you're probably wondering, all right, how do we and where do we? So let's, how do we first? Where to start? You can use calendula in an oil. You can make your own oil infusion. You can buy it as a cream. You can drink it as a tea. You can take it as a capsule. You can take it as a tincture. You can use it as a wash. You can use it as a gargle. You can use it any way you want to. It's pretty universal. I don't recollect anywhere saying there's one way better than the other with this one. No. So you can incorporate it the easiest way that you can, whether it's topically, internally, whatever is easiest for you, because at the end of the day, when it comes to herbs and taking herbs, the method that you take them is important because it's the method that is the easiest for you. So if you're not a drinker and you don't like alcohol, you're probably not going to take a tincture. you've got a busy life where you're always on the go, you're probably not going to have time to make tea, but you can take a capsule. So it really all depends on you and your lifestyle, how you can really incorporate this into your life. As for the where do we, well, I'm going to personally try and grow some calendula in my own garden this year so that I don't have to buy any online. I got that one online, and I was gifted the bouquet, like I had said earlier, but I've used that already. So now I have some in oil. Now that I know what I can do with it for other uses, I'm going to have to get myself some more so I can try some more things. But if you are going to order them online, make sure you are sourcing ethically, organically, that the vibes are there. Like I said in the lemon balm video, you make sure that they're food grade, that you can ingest them. Other than that, probably your farmers markets when they're in season in the summertime, your local herb farms, most likely. But again, calendula is not one that I have found so far to be easily accessible as opposed to like peppermint or oregano. So, and you watch, I say that and I'm going to see it everywhere. And I hope I do. I hope I do because I want to be ordering it online. You know what time it is. Safety. But guess what? The safety in this one is actually very minimal. There are no known drug herb interactions. It's generally safe. It's non toxic. Calendula is non toxic. Marigolds can be toxic. Um, Although calendula does help stimulate delayed menstrual periods, pregnant women should probably avoid calendula. They should avoid the use of it internally, but from what I've seen so far, externally and topically seems to be okay. But, you know, talk to your doctor, do your own research, all of that jazz. Here we are. That's it. That's the end. That's calendula. Huh. God, that's a good latte. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen this week. I had so much fun learning about calendula. I had so much fun learning about like the ruling planets and the water element, the lymphatic system, like wild. Absolutely wild the many uses that calendula has. And this is just like the surface. This is just the surface of it. So we've got anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, detoxifying, good for your liver, your lymphatic, your immune support, digestive system, skin care, wound care, and for the ladies, it is a flower for our flower. And I still can't get over that. I still can't get over that. So again, thank you for joining me in the kitchen this week. Stay natural and may your Mondays be magical.